the discussions surrounding form throughout running. And I think that there was then a flood of research into, say, barefoot running and barefoot running techniques, and majority is sort of looking at the health benefits or trying to focus on where they can go with this paradigm. And ultimately, it sort of led down the pathway of what is the correct way to run. And I think that's been sort of really instrumental in how we're sort of not only developing, footwear, but training methodologies and coaching, and I guess working on the best, the positive or the strengths of physiological traits. So it's an emerging and evolving landscape as a result of the barefoot shoe, I guess you can say, if it's such a thing, change in the industry.
There is no such thing as best or perhaps even good running form, because you learn to run at a very early age, and it's kind of hardwired, and the purpose of it is to get you from point A to point B most economically and most efficiently, and it's extremely hard to unwire that, to change it. And we could spend the next 15 minutes pulling athletes out that we know, Rob De Castella, Priska Jet2, all of these athletes who have horrible running form, but who are world champion marathoners or Olympic gold medalists who've somehow managed to do that by running really weirdly. And it would be a very brave person to change the way they ran, unless they were injured, and then you might have to change the way they run. But it did actually also, the other gift that Vibram 5 Fingers brought to the table was for us to look at things like gait retraining. So can you have an injured athlete and look at how you might change certain gait parameters as a form of treatment? And that's a relatively new science for us. But the bottom line with Vibram 5 Fingers is here we are 10 years later, being subjected to an enormous amount of scrutiny, and we can't really identify any consistent benefit of that style of footwear unless you use it therapeutically. So as I said, if you want to look at somebody who's got recalcitrant knee pain, entering knee pain, and put them into minimalist footwear, that's sensible. Get them to do some judicious barefoot training, that's sensible.